Yo, what's going on YouTube, and welcome back to another Destiny video. It's time to farm again, and this time I am talking about farming Ascendant materials. Largely in this video I'm going to focus more on shards, as that's what's at the forefront of my mind right now, seeing as I'm just 14 shards away from hitting level 30, but this also applies to energy, as most of these techniques will give you one or the other. It's down to chance whether you get the one you want. There are going to be a few different techniques in this video, some of which are reliable 100% of the time, others are based on drop rates, but I'm going to cover all of them so you have options. First up, let's go with the most reliable options, the raid and dismantling your gear. When venturing through the raid, you will encounter chests and battle bosses. Chests will award select players with legendary and sometimes exotic items, while everyone else in the raid party will get either Ascendant energy or shards. And when you defeat bosses or complete certain checkpoints in a boss phase, then there will also be drops. Again, some members of your team will get armor or other legendary items, and the rest of your team will again get either shards or energy. Now, if you run through the raid, there is a good chance you'll come out the other side with a good few shards, given that, as I said, the rewards are not only from the chests, but also from the boss checkpoints, so there's quite a few options for you to gather shards and energy. However, I appreciate that not everybody has a team to run the raid with, so in the event that you don't, the second most reliable way is to dismantle legendary and exotic gear or weapons. If you dismantle a legendary or an exotic piece of armor, you will get Ascendant shards, usually 2 to 3, and then if you want energy, you dismantle a legendary or exotic weapon. Now, if like me, you've got the armor you need and you're just working your way through that upgrade tree, then there's a good chance you'll have Vanguard and Crucible marks to spare. If you do, then you can put them to good use by purchasing some gear and dismantling it. You can purchase Vanguard gear from the guys in the war room down in the middle by the big table, and you can purchase Crucible gear from a variety of different places, either Crucible vendors or your different faction vendors as well. Always go for the cheapest option, i.e. not the helmet, then buy as many pieces as you can, tear them all apart, and before you know it, you'll have a small stash of shards or energy depending on what you dismantled. Then your third option is through public events. Every day, when you complete a public event for the first time, you will receive a package at your postmaster. This package will typically contain either a shard or an energy. This is a little hit and miss because while it will guarantee you one of these, if you're after shards there is still a good chance that you will get energy and vice versa. But the important thing to note is that this package is guaranteed daily for the first time you complete an event. What's more, this also spans your characters, so each character you have will get a package for the first event they complete. So if you're really desperate, you can send them all out to defeat warsats, take down targets, destroy evacuation crews, etc., all in an attempt to get a couple of extra packages, which will in turn lead to a few more Ascendant materials. Then, if you want to take this even further, you could go as far as to make a new character just to land this package, then delete that character and repeat this cycle. This will obviously take a little bit longer, but depending on how desperate you are, it may well come to this. It's worth noting you don't need to be a very high level to complete or participate in these events. In fact, all you need to do is just after character creation, after the first mission, you then load it into the second one, and during the second one you can then go off the beaten track, ignore the checkpoint, work towards an area where you know there is an event going on, and participate in this event. Obviously, if you are low level, you are going to want to sort of rope in some high level people to help you out, but the point is you can then complete this with a fresh new character and you will still get your package. You can then delete this character and repeat the cycle again. That cycle will probably, from character creation, take you about 20 to 30 minutes to get to the point where you're then viable. The total time taken obviously depends on how near you are to a public event happening. If you have to wait around for a bit longer, obviously you will then spend more time. But this is another option, and this is a kind of way to take this sort of package gathering to an extreme. But while we're still on the topic of public events, it's not just about the packages you get from the postmaster. On top of this, you also have a chance to receive Ascendant materials simply for completing a public event. Typically, you have a chance to receive one material for the first event you do on each planet. However, do know that this is random. For example, I did this on Saturday and I got 4 shards from simply completing the event on each of the 4 planets. That's not from the package, just from the post-event screen. However, I then did the same thing on Sunday and I got nothing in any of the 4 events. So you are at the mercy of the RNG gods. Then in addition to public events, you also have daily quests. Now, these should be more reliable. Since the recent patch, high level 26 and 28 daily quests are supposed to reward you with Ascendant materials. However, I often get cheated out of these and I haven't got anything for the past few missions I've done. That being said, it is listed as a reward and is worth your time in the event you do get lucky. I imagine at some point Bungie will patch this so it is actually more reliable, given that it is stated as a reward that you should and will get for completing a daily quest on hard, so it should be a bit more guaranteed than it is. It's also worth noting that another thing that's changed since the recent patch is that these materials are now considered legendary and have a chance of being collected from chests. So if you're out on a farming run, trying to gather the other materials for your upgrades like spin metal, relic iron, helium filaments or spirit bloom, and if you're doing a chest run, then there's a chance that some of those chests will yield Ascendant mats. then in addition to all of that, there is also a chance that your engrams will yield materials such as these, in the same way that they yield motes of light and strange coins. So, to summarise, your options are chests and drops in the raid, dismantling armour and weapons, the daily reward for completing a public event, potential drops also from public events across multiple characters, the daily quest on hard mode, level 26 or 28, loot from chests around the open world, and deciphering engrams. So, there you have it. Those are your methods for farming Ascendant materials. Hopefully you found it helpful, and if you did, don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, hit the like button and show your support. It does really help me out, and obviously don't forget to subscribe for daily gaming videos. Drop a comment down below and let me know if you've got another method that I may have forgotten. It would be really kind of cool to sort of like build on this, obviously, or just let me know if these are methods that you already use. Either way, let me know what you think down in the comments down below, and as always, thanks for watching, take it easy, catch you next time, peace out.